Hello, everyone, and welcome to Tales from the Forgotten Troop. We have a very exciting special one-shot tonight of Crash Pandas, Mad Max, Furry Road. I said that, and I'm sticking with it. We have some new people with us. Jenna will be in eventually, hopefully. She's supposed to show up, but you all know Bree. Remember Bree. But let's go ahead and have our new friends introduce themselves. Mary Elise, if you would like to start.
Hi, I'm Mary Elise, pronouns they, them. I've been lurking on Forgotten Troop since the beginning, and so I'm really excited to actually get the opportunity to play with y'all. So.
Yeah. And B.
Hey, I'm B. I have not been lurking that long. Maria invited me in, and I've been very much enjoying the Sad Vampire Boyfriend game.
Yes.
So, yeah, also very excited to play a crazy raccoon driving a car.
Amazing. Yeah. All right, so we need to start off by creating some characters. All of you get to play lovely raccoons. So does everyone have the rules pulled up?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So yeah, if you have things you want to discuss with each other, you're all going to be driving the same car, of course. So think up your character designs. Let me know who your rivals are. And we can brainstorm what your car looks like. So
I feel like we should have a pickup truck.
Oh, yeah, okay. I like that.
Gives us a fair amount of versatility. You got the whole truck bed for like hoarding things and throwing things at people.
Yeah, and Birdie, she likes to hoard things, so are we going to have different, like, is one person in charge of the wheel? Is one person in charge of the pedals?
One person is in charge of, well, you can really flavor that however you want, because whenever we get into like conflict situations, everyone is going to choose an action, which will affect what happens to the car. So that'll like be what direction you turn, if you have an item that you want to use, if you want to stop, or just random stuff. So if you want one person driving with weird like stilts on their feet, and then everyone else is in the back of the flatbed with I don't know, rocks or something, you do that.
Flamethrower guitar. I definitely do plan on basing mine off of Doof Warrior, because yes.
I'm here for it.
Okay, so who are raccoons' nemesis in real life?
Other raccoons?
Because we don't have raccoons over here, so I've never experienced one. I would love to, but
oh, you really wouldn't.
Would you?
They're so cute.
In theory, yes. In practice, when you're trying to throw something away and you think that it's like a raccoon-proof trash can, and then the raccoon just comes out of the trash can, you're like, no, that is
They're
not.
smarter than we know.
That is what we call a mimic.
Yep, exactly. And you wouldn't think that something with like a volume of this big can fit through a hole that big, but it does.
Have you seen cats?
Cats can like get
True.
underneath doors.
Cats are liquid, but I did not expect that of a raccoon while I was trying to throw something away.
What should our car look like then? If it's a pickup truck.
What color is it going to be?
Oh, that's a good question.
Shiny and chrome.
Red.
Red is always good.
Red. Well, I was thinking red, white, and blue because we all have red, white, and blue in our actual flags, but that's a bit too.
There's no blue in my flag.
Wait, where are you from?
I'm in Canada.
Oh, Jesus.
You do have the red and white though, so
We do. Yeah, I am an American citizen. I'm an American werewolf in Vancouver.
If we're in the Mad Max realm, wouldn't we want it to look intimidating and badass? Spikes?
Definitely.
Wheels with spiky bits up the side?
They're like, it always incorporates something from the real world. So I'm thinking like we could have barbed wire on the side.
Okay, yeah.
just barbed wire surrounding the edges of the flatbed.
Yep.
Yeah, I like that.
Okay.
Just clarifying, the setting is specifically post-apocalyptic and not illegal street racing in Los Angeles.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That does help.
Yeah, no. I mean, I would say illegal street racing in the Mad Max realm, but there is
no law, so there's nothing legal or illegal.
Yeah.
What is illegal?
Nothing.
Except stealing water. That's illegal.
True, but it's only illegal if you get caught or if a Morton Joe just doesn't like you. I feel like there should be some sort of hood ornament, but I'm not really sure what.
I feel like it should be trash related.
Oh my goodness, what if we have a trash can lid that's painted like Captain America's shield?
To use, or is it attached to the
That is
the
just
front of
attached
the
to
car?
the hood. That is just like our hood ornament. It's just
Okay.
the front right there.
I'm here for it. What is the name of your car? If you're entering a race, your car's got to have a name.
No one else says one. I'm going to go with Steve. I name many things Steve.
Can I make a suggestion?
Oh.
Steve Racer.
Yes.
Yeah, let's go with that.
Wonderful.
Yeah, you're back.
Yay. Sorry. I'm just hotspotting from my phone now because it's just going to be easier.
Do what you got to do.
Did we settle on? I heard we were talking about hood ornament. What is our hood ornament going to be?
I think we're doing the Captain America painted shield of a garbage can lid.
Yeah. Yes. I love that. Okay, that's great.
And I think we're going with the name Steve Racer for the truck.
Steve, right? Okay.
All right. Any other little details you'd like to add to your car?
I want to say it has some really shittily painted on flames.
Okay.
Yes. Terrible.
I'm here for it.
Okay. I kind of want to say that I don't know if this counts, but it has like an oil barrel in the back, so you can stab it open and make an oil slick.
Sure.
That would be fun.
I'll give you that.
Yeah.
Though we have to make sure we have something to stab with because it's hard to punch through oil barrels.
Yeah, at least one person should probably have a knife. You can only carry 2 items, so keep that in mind.
But what if you're carrying another raccoon and they can carry 2 items and they carry another raccoon and therefore it becomes a recursive loop and everyone's carrying everything?
Does a raccoon count as 1 or 2 items in this case?
I mean, if
Is
it
the
was one
raccoon all
item,
the way down?
then you hold something else, and then that raccoon holds another raccoon and something else, and then you're just holding a lot. That's how bags of holding work. It's just another bag within the bag.
The centaur is a medium creature. Can I ride another centaur? And then you have a centaur. That is what I was thinking
Oh
of.
my, I don't know why, but that's a slightly terrifying image.
No, I think that's justifiably terrifying.
Right up there with the Gravity Falls centaur tar. Just like the horse body on top of the other horse body, and then just like walks in circles.
Yes.
Oh no.
No, thank you. That haunts my dreams.
You're welcome.
Let's put a pause on that.
Pause.
A pause. Yeah, pause on that. So, unless there's anything else you'd like to add, that pretty much does it for the car.
No, is everyone happy with the car?
I like it. Sounds
good.
chaotic.
Okay.
Oh, actually, can we have a trail of cans out the back, like how wedding cars are?
Yep.
Just like the string with all the cans
Yeah.
tied, so it makes a lot of loud noises and stuff.
Yep.
Yes.
Like 5 minutes ago, I actually had that image in my head, and I was like, "Oh, it'd be great if someone did this." So, okay. I know we have one raccoon that is actually named. You've got Gertie Birdie.
Mm-hmm. That'd be me.
Do you have you fleshed out her backstory?
Gertie Birdie, she grew up in a wee mechanic shop up in Scotland, and she lived off of donuts and pasty baps that would be fed to her by the mechanics, and she would sit and watch them and learned how to fix a car. She likes to hoard nuts and bolts that she finds on the floor, and so we're allowed weapon. So she's gone for a wrench, an adjustable wrench, which also doubles as her tool to help fix the car if it breaks.
Okay.
Oh, and she plays the hurdy-gurdy.
Does she have a rival? Does she have a street racing rival?
Her rival would be Buddy, the cat. He is a typical tomcat looking with brown and black stripes, and he just attacks her incessantly whenever he sees her.
Okay. Excellent. Okay, what about Mary Elise and Bree? Do you have any ideas in the works yet?
The raccoon I'm going with is Thursday, quote unquote, the Duchess Zircon. Zircon spelled with a Y.
So
Where's the Y? Guess.
amazing. Oh, I love this. Sorry. Okay, so Thursday, the Duchess Zircon. All right. Okay. Please tell me about Thursday.
Thursday was got involved in crime from a young age, raccoon crime specifically, and was involved in a group of raccoons that would break into people's settlements and steal their shit, mostly to eat it, but also sometimes just for other reasons. One time a score went wrong, and now Thursday owes people money, which is why Thursday's illegal street racing.
Be raccoon, do crime.
Pretty much. That is my entire concept.
Does Thursday have a rival?
I don't have a name, but I was going to say the raccoon that sold her out on the score that went wrong.
Diamond.
Sure.
You got diamonds and zircons. And...
Right. Yeah. I love it. I fucking love it.
Diamond. Okay. Oh yeah, this one. Okay. And what about you, Mary Elise?
I think the name I'm gonna go with is Comma Doof Scavenger instead of Comma Doof Warrior, because yes. And Comma was in a grunge punk band, because of course raccoons and grunge, and is now trying to go solo, but needs the money to actually be able to make it, which is why he's entering this.
Okay. All right. And who is Comma's rival?
Honestly, I don't think that there's a specific one. It's just like the industry in general. Fighting the power.
Okay.
So if they see another musician playing, they're going to play louder. Unless they're like doing a duet or playing together.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's competitive, Coma's louder. Comma chameleon.
Okay.
Yes.
Amazing. Alrighty. So, I guess it's time to really jump into things. Little bit of background on what you signed up for. Every year, there is this huge race called Fun Death Road. And it is one of the most dangerous and intense, quote unquote, road races that's been organized since pretty much the total collapse of society. The biggest names in racing show up here because the prize is absolutely insane. It is for 1 year, you get a secure house, a large supply of water, food, and most luxuries you could probably imagine to have for yourself. Makes it a big point of contention between most people. So this year, you've all pulled up to the designated spot. There's a large crowd around, excited to see what's going to happen this year, which cars are going to crash, who's going to die, what's going to blow up, what random sort of shenanigans kind of happen. And as you're pulling Steve Racer up to the starting line, there are 4 other cars here that seem to be participating. One of them is also a truck. It's a larger flatbed that is white but fairly dirty because of all the mud and sandstorms and everything. But in black spray paint on the side are drawings of chickens and bombs.
I love it already.
And I'd say you probably recognize because of your other friend Zorro, who seems to be running late. As per usual, you recognize that the driver of this white truck is Zorro's rival. And next to the truck is a nice, sleek, red race car. It doesn't have a top though. And instead there's like a set of extra seats that's just been like attached to the back of it, like up a little bit higher. And you see like more of the other passengers like sitting up in those seats, kind of getting a view and some more like freedom of movement there. And it's pretty noticeable, since most of the other people in this race are humans, but the driver of this car is a tomcat that looks far too familiar. Next in the lineup is a green monster truck with two small wheels. So it's just this giant monster truck and then itty bitty wheels. And you can see on like attached to the top of this monster truck are these giant floodlights that do something. And the driver of that car is Diamond.
That's right.
Yep. And the last one in the lineup is a big Humvee, the color of sand. And just from your experience kind of working around and trying to make it big in the industry, you recognize that the driver of this car is another musician who's trying to get a foothold in everything. And you can see like some of the, not so much the drivers, but the other passengers and in these other cars are trash talking and shouting at each other, and a few of them look over at your car as you pull up and are like giving a big thumbs down, little stink eye. Yeah. And then up on this big platform that's sort of been erected off to the side, this man wearing like a fishnet shirt and really like short jean shorts and combat boots steps up, pulls out a megaphone, turns it on. You hear a little bit of the awful feedback screech. Yep, just like that. And then he says, "Welcome everyone to our annual Thun Death Road. I am your ever wonderful host, Stephen Carbear, and I'll be leading you through what's surely going to be the most memorable event until this comes back again next year. We have a pretty impressive lineup of cars. Over there in spot 1 is the usual popular appearance. You know them, you love them. They are Boom Chicken Boom. And next to them in lane 2, the new hot, sleek up-and-comer making their name big in the road racing scene is Hot Bod. Finally, in lane 3, we have a bit of a standard. Hasn't had too much of an impressive run, but hasn't been bad enough to totally lose their wheels yet. It is Desert Grows. And in our 4th lane, the current reigning champs of Thun Death Road is Paradise. Surely going to bring a little bit of zen when they cross the finish line. And finally, in lane number 5, we have some semi-familiar faces, but I think we can all agree this is the first time we've really seen them go big, so to speak, and that is Steve Racer. So a little background on the course you're going to be handling today. First off, you're going to have a nice straight open path through the desert. It's going to be any driver's land out there, and then you're going to descend a big hill into a canyon where things might get a little more spicy before the cavern walls close in and you go through the ever terrifying cave. And finally, our last little bit of stretch is crossing that ever brutal mountain at the end of the road before coming back here and claiming your prize if you manage to survive. Now, are we ready to race? Yeah, several give ears. Yep. And he says, I don't think that was good enough. I said, are we ready to race? Lots of cheers go up from the crowd. All of the cars rev their engines, kicking up some dust and dirt. And Stephen Carbear nods and says, yes, that's exactly what I thought. On your marks. And a flag is raised into the air. Many of the other cars are revving their engines, ready to go and get off the starting line. And the flag drops. So, what is your initial strategy as we come off the starting line?
Well, if we could get out in front of them, that would be great. And then do an oil slick on the straight. They'll all just go piling into each other, hopefully.
So do we want to save that for the canyon? Because if it's like a large open space, they could probably go around it. But once we're in the canyon, they have less maneuverability. I think it's one of those you got to get out fast and try and straight shot.
I'd agree with that one.
I do have a turbo rocket from the list. The equipment table. I have a dog master, a turbo rocket.
That's a roll for me.
I've not
We
rolled that
could
yet.
just gun it.
And so you might want to save the turbo rocket for when there's actually a challenge where we need to decide on actions.
Okay.
You can kind of
Oh,
keep that
okay.
in your pocket, yeah, because it gives you a speed advantage. So, but if you just want to get out front, you can certainly hit the gas, get up over the starting line, and join the rest of the rush, as all of them are also trying to vie for a pretty good position. It's not too long before you kind of leave the remains of whatever town this starts at behind, and now that you're getting out over more of this open road and terrain, it's a lot bumpier than you expected, which is kind of rough considering there's also a lot of like loose dirt and sand, so it's shaking back and forth quite a bit.
Can I tie myself to like a hook in the bed of the flatbed?
Yeah, sure.
Awesome. So then like no matter how it goes or whatever, I am still going to be attached and hanging there.
You can set yourself up with a little bit of a makeshift harness there.
Yeah.
So as you get out and you're trying to like find the best sort of position as the first leg of this race gets going, Hot Bod, with being driven by Buddy the cat, starts kind of edging over towards your car, and you can see on the wheels are some spikes that are spinning there.
Mm-hmm.
Seems like they are trying to get over and rough things up a little bit, see who they can take out.
Don't like that.
If we've got any spare barbed wire,
Yeah.
do we?
Do we have spare bubble?
You have barbed wire that's attached to the truck.
Okay.
Yeah. We have spikes that are attached to the truck. I have my nuts and bolts. I will lean out the window and say, "Here, buddy. Nice red car you got there. You're compensating for something."
Display
And,
a riff.
Oh yeah, and ding 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 on my hurdy-gurdy. What could we do? I'm just gonna take a bunch of nuts and bolts out of my pocket and I'm gonna throw them at him.
Okay.
Especially since the top's down, everyone's gonna be pretty
Yeah,
darn
it's-
exposed.
Let's go and go ahead and have you roll for chutzpah.
Okay, roll number 6.
Yeah, so you roll d6 equal to your chutzpah points.
Okay, which was 44, and then I assigned them. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, I got a 5 on the roll and 3 plus a +3 on chutzpah.
Da, 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 da. Okay. So sorry, how much do you have in chutzpah?
3.
Okay, so you roll 3d6.
Oh, I roll 3. Oh, wait. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
5, 2, and 3.
Okay, so the 5 is a success.
Yes.
And what are you trying to do as you throw these nuts and bolts? Just trying to force him away, or?
Yeah, I don't want him to tear up the side of our car. But also, like, if one could just like hit him in the eye.
Sure, yeah, you because they don't really care about having their windows rolled up, so you get one through like the open window as he's looking over trying to gauge how close he needs to be to try and cut into your car, and the bolt just hits him in the eye, and he grabs a hand and like presses it over the eye and inadvertently like pulls the steering wheel the other way, so they swerve away from you. You get a little bit of distance there.
Get wrecked, get wrecked, get wrecked.
I hate that
Sadly
fucking cat.
not quite. They're able to course correct a little bit and stay on as this continues. You see amidst the other cars, Boom Chicken Boom is like ramming from side to side. Apparently has these like battering rams attached to their car and trying to like force some distance between them, but everyone's digging deep. Everyone wants this prize. So who wants to roll on the mystery table?
I'll roll.
Okay, D20, please.
All right. That one. 3.
I'll be good.
3. Alrighty. Okay. So as you're going through, you see Paradise edging towards the front, pulling ahead, getting a bit of a lead, and they get towards like the center, trying to distance themselves like equally between all the cars, and someone like people stick out of either side of the rear windows of the Humvee, and you see as they start pulling out these like tied off balloons and start throwing these balloons, and seeing the first few of these land on impact, bright like splashes of color come out. So there's like red and blue and purple, and a couple of the windshields are getting covered with this paint. So we've got some paint balloons. To see kind of how well you are gonna maneuver through this, let's get into a little bit of a challenge. So all of you are going to secretly decide which action you would like to take.
Okay.
So take a minute to figure that out. Your speed starts at 0.
Do we get to know where we are in relation to Paradise?
Yeah. I'd say you're probably like a 45-degree angle from them. So they're out front, and then like you're back to like the right of them, off to the right of them, behind them.
And our speed is 0.
Yeah. At the start of it, so.
Okay.
And we have paint on our windshield? Or they have?
They are trying to cover your windshield with paint.
Okay, they haven't succeeded yet. Okay,
Right.
Good. Right. That's yeah. No, hold on. Yeah.
Has everyone made their decision? Okay.
Mhm.
Did anyone choose 1? Nope. 2? 3?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, 2 3s. Okay. So. Okay. So you veer off further to the right to get a little more distance from Paradise. Mary Elise, what did you choose for your 5? Okay, accelerate.
Yes.
Because you don't have to worry about them throwing the balloons at you if you're in front of them.
True.
Indeed. Okay. So you I just imagine that Gertie, Birdie, and Thursday lurch forward and both grab the steering wheel and pull it to the side as
Just
Kama
running alongside of it.
yeah.
Right into the gas pedal.
Yep. And
Yeah.
just like the front kind of comes up a little bit, like one of the wheels hits a rock and you bounce a little bit, but come off to the side. And as you do so, a couple of the paint balloons hit the side of the car, but there's a lot more left where you had been. So
Yeah.
right. You had +1 speed, so I rolled 1d6, which was a success. So you have 1 success currently to spend for some more difficult, impressive feats, which
We
suppose
spend
you-
those now, or can we bank it?
You can bank them. I believe so. I don't yeah, sure, you can bank them. I'm not too picky. I've never played this game before, so we make up the rules.
Where we're going, we don't need rules.
We
Where
don't need
you're
rules.
already are, there are no rules. But kind of seeing what you're doing. Let's see here. I'd say Desert Grows, the monster truck, kind of sees you going off towards the side and starts to pursue a little bit, and several like small rocks start to impact the back of the truck. So go ahead and decide on your actions.
Hmm.
Did anyone pick 1? 2? 3? 4? You picked 4, Mary Elise?
I did.
All right. What item would you like to use?
I have a cardboard box, and I would like to use it to create some sort of shield for us, so that any of the rocks don't actually get to us.
Okay. Yeah,
like
you can strap up this this cardboard box on the back of the truck. Did anyone pick 5?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So we've got +3 speed. As once again the front of Steve Racer kind of lifts off a little bit as you rush forward through the sand.
Oh god.
And you have 2 more successes.
Yay!
So you have 3 successes in total. Would you like to use any of those now?
How can they be used? Can you go over that one more time?
They can be used. Some examples are to streak ahead of rivals, run chumps off the road if you've made contact with them. I don't think that would really apply in this situation because it's just flatland. Do cool tricks like jumps and skids, or find or create a better route through the streets of LA, but
I don't want to do a
Then
jump
where
in the
there's no
train.
roads.
you want to do a jump?
Yeah, if we're already bouncing up, it just seems like it would be fitting.
Okay. All right.
Everyone else cool with that?
Yeah.
Witness.
Okay. So you spend a success. I'll say you see like a big part of a big rock sticking up out of the sand, and you course correct and veer towards it and get 2 of your wheels up onto it and just kind of get a nice little jump and get some air before crashing back down. You're probably pulling up not right next to Paradise, but kind of in line with them, but you've got some space between you two as you see them throw a few more of those paint balloons at the other cars, which are trying, like, you see Buddy the cat in Hotbot has like just streaks of like black paint and matted in his fur because they don't have a hood. They don't have a roof. They don't have a roof on their car. So all of that just like went right inside of it. And a couple of the other cars are like trying to get the windshield wipers going to wipe this paint off, but it's just streaking it across the glass and it's making a huge mess. The Boom Chicken Boom is looking a lot more colorful, covering up a bit of the spray paint, of course, but it's a look. Certainly a look.
Aesthetic.
Yes. But you can see as you're streaking across this somewhat desertish landscape, you start seeing some larger rock formations approaching in the distance, and you know you've got eyes on the canyon that's up ahead. But before that, let's have... I made a big table. Let's have one more mystery table roll. So who wants to take this one?
I'm happy to do it.
Okay.
D20.
Roll. Yep, D20.
15.
What was it?
15.
15. Okay. Okay.
Oh God.
It's most of these aren't bad. It's just silly stuff. Okay. So now that Paradise has gotten rid of most of their paint balloons, they're kind of just focused on keeping that lead a little bit. But trying to get some semblance of benefit back. Hotbot is starting to make a move and is coming up between you and Paradise, and you see the passengers in the back kind of like rummaging around, pulling things aside, obviously looking for something. And two of them pull out these giant like wads of, I don't know, it's really weird. It's kind of like pastel blue, but it has some markings on it, and then suddenly they get released and you can see just these giant like floral sheets that are streaking behind them, and they hit the gas and get like a little bit of distance in front of everyone, and then just start letting these go. So it doesn't quite hit your car or Paradise yet, but you hear some cursing as
Holy shit.
and Boom Chicken Boom are like trying to avoid these sheets.
Holy shit. Oh.
But you can see that Hotbot is really laying into the gas and inching further ahead and kind of edging a little bit towards you, trying to get you within range of whatever this is, of these sheets. Try and blind you. So
Okay.
how does anyone have anything they think they could use to deal with this?
Yes. My dog mask.
Okay.
I'm going to lean out the window as a dog and just bark manically towards Buddy and Hotbod.
Okay. Yeah, roll for chutzpah.
Yay! So 3d6s.
Uh-huh.
6, 5, and 4.
3 successes. So
yeah.
you put on this dog mask and start barking at Buddy the cat, and he turns in your direction, still covered, like matted in paint. Lets out this awful hiss and jerks the wheel to the other side. It's actually a pretty comical sight because the non-paint matted hair all like sticks up, but then there's just like this streak through the center that is completely flat. And Hotbod jerks to the side and actually ends up ramming against the side of Paradise.
Yes.
And knocking them off course a bit, and then you hear some extra like swearing and what sounds like a minor explosion as some smoke goes up, and a Boom Chicken Boom kind of streaks out on the other side of the two of them and gets up there next to you, trying to grab the lead of this race. And now these rock formations of the canyon are getting bigger, and the road starts to go down a decline as you're headed down into this canyon, and everything is definitely tightening up as people are wanting to try and get ahead. It's not super tight. Like 2 cars could drive side by side. It's still that big, but there's not a whole lot of maneuverability, that's for sure. And you can see, kind of similar to what you picked up a little bit on the straights, is that there's some other like rocks that have fallen and gotten in the way. So there's driving through here is a little more tricky, especially if you want to get that lead. So let's see. I would say that Boom Chicken Boom is definitely trying to get ahead of you. So we never really established who was driving. So who's driving?
Not it.
Thursday's driven a getaway car too in her time.
Okay.
Yeah. Especially Kama's kind of tied to the back of the flatbed. Like can move, but is still very much attached.
Okay. Go ahead and roll for alacrity.
All right. I'm actually good at that one. We'll see if this works. I've got a 3, a 4, and 2 5s.
Ooh.
So 3 successes. Okay. Say as you see that there is a large boulder that is quickly approaching in your path, and you hit the gas and manage to cut off Boom Chicken Boom and get in front. They absolutely lay on the horn, which is like one of those god awful like custom horns. yeah, pretty much. But you probably like end up flipping the front of their car just a little bit as you swing in front of this rock, and yeah, you are for the moment in front of them as you weave around these obstacles, but it certainly won't be that way for long. Let's see. Is there anything sort of like in retaliation you would want to do at this moment, or just trying to keep that lead?
What does everybody think about loosing the oil now?
Ooh, right at the entrance to the canyon? That could cause problems.
Yeah.
That could be fun. That could be real fun.
I'm here for it.
Okay.
Let's freaking do this.
I bound to the back of the thing, back of the pickup truck, and with my wrench, I'm just gonna at the nozzly bit and just ching.
All right. So I'll give you 2 options here. You could either roll for chutzpah, or you could spend a success to make this work.
I'll roll. That's part of the tabletop. So
alrighty.
Chutzpah. I got a 4, a 2, and a 5.
Okay. Yeah, you get back there, and I'd say as like sort of a coordinated attack, Thursday is weaving back and forth a little bit to try and spread out this oil as much as possible on the road, and you get like a pretty nice looking zigzag there. And Boom Chicken Boom definitely like loses some traction, slows down a lot, so you manage to increase that lead a little bit, but is not totally thrown off. Some of the other cars who did not see this happen aren't quite so lucky. A few of them skid to the side and end up like riding along the side of the canyon. So the side of their car is just getting absolutely torn up, scratched up. It's not great. And from the back, you see Paradise is, instead of slowing down, laying on the gas and kind of leaning into the slick a little bit and skidding and drifting. We're oil drifting.
Okay.
All right.
And is passing a few of these competitors, and you see them like pull something out from the interior of the Humvee and throw it behind them.
Oh no. Okay.
And then there's a giant explosion as a bomb goes off.
Yes.
Which echoes horrendously through this canyon. And you see the rear cars are starting to get pelted with lots of like rocks and debris that's falling from the upper levels of the canyon walls. And you think you're probably scot-free, except it just keeps expanding and moving forward. So more and more of the wall is falling down and headed towards you.
Are we trying to outdrive the speed of sound?
Accelerate.
It is a possibility that you can certainly try.
Also,
that is something you can try.
Is oil flammable?
Oh, very much so.
So is the zigzag oil train lighting up and coming towards the back of our truck?
Absolutely.
Oh, okay. We have to get the oil tanker off as quickly as possible.
So heading into our challenge, everyone decide what you're gonna do. Decide on your actions.
Mm-hmm.
Is anyone doing 1? 2? 3? 4?
Yep.
Okay.
I would like to use my wrench as a lever to get the oil tank off the back of the truck.
Sure. You can definitely do that. And I'll say, like, once again, as you do, Boom Chicken Boom has to like course correct yet again because this giant barrel is just coming towards them.
Is it barreling towards them?
That is a way to describe it. That is a way. But they managed to avoid it, and you see the trail of fire is quickly approaching that. Is anyone doing 5? All right. +2 speed.
Zoom, zoom.
Fast.
Zoom,
Like
zoom,
that's
motherfucker. All right. Ooh, not good.
Oh no.
As you get that oil tankered off of the back of the car, the sudden weight difference is a bit unexpected, and Thursday ends up running alongside one of the walls, and your car takes 1 damage. It scratches it up pretty good, but it's still in pretty high functioning order, so you're able to
use
away.
a banked success to not to mitigate the damage, but to like I forget what it's called on a skateboard, but the thing where you're just going on 2 wheels and then eventually right ourselves.
Sure. You
We're
like
half driving on the canyon wall, apparently.
like so are you so instead of like doing the back or front wheels? Are you on like 2 left wheels and the side is like, okay, sure.
Love it.
I won't stop that. Yeah. Hell yeah.
Good luck.
But Boom Chicken Boom, Paradise, and Hot Bod at the very least come streaking just past this barrel before it finally goes up. Another very large explosion, rocking canyon. So, pick your actions. Did anyone pick 1, 2, or 3? Okay. 4. 5.
Yeah.
Oh, everyone. Okay.
You've got a need for speed.
Especially in this situation. Yes, you do.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Ooh, okay. So you have 1 success, but the explosion pushes you forward a little bit, and like it ends up lifting up the back of the truck, and the grill slams into the ground before it settles back down and rights itself. So you do take another point of damage to your car.
Oh no.
Wait, so the success that we spent didn't mitigate the 1 damage?
No. The successes don't mitigate damage.
Got it.
Basically, at the end of each quote-unquote round, I roll a number of d6s equal to your speed, and any of them that land on a 1, that's a point of damage that your car takes.
Okay.
Okay.
So that's what's going on. So you're not
Groovy.
like, where
That
is
makes
this
sense.
coming from?
Yeah.
Yes.
Nice.
Who would like to roll on the table of things?
I'll roll table of things.
Yay.
And that's a 9. That's great.
Very concerned. For it. Okay.
This is gonna be good. Okay. So as you're streaking around, this twisting and turning canyon, with 3 cars hot on your wheels, you see. Let's see who would do it. We'll say. We'll say it's a Hot Bod. Hot Bod pulls out a gun and doesn't aim at you, aims it upwards and fires, and you see that there is like this giant like box that had been like rigged up on the side of one of these canyon walls, and it hits the side of the box, so it swings open. As you're quickly approaching, you just see all of these like trolls dolls falling out of this box.
Trolls! I hate trolls!
Is it possible to move the cardboard from the back to the side to untroll ourselves?
Their spiky purple hair.
Roll for alacrity. I was making this table during D&D last night.
2 5s and a 4.
Oh.
Oh, okay. All successes. Yeah, you can you can like grab the cardboard and just like whip it around on the side as it's just like thump, 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 thump as all these little dolls with random hair bounce off of it and fall to the side. You can get through the troll's trap.
In this family, we only stand Furbies.
You should have brought a Furby. Oh, that would be a sight. Mega Furby versus Monster Troll.
Oh.
The elder Furbies are present in every campaign.
The Mitchells versus the machines versus the toys.
We set a precedent and we can't undo it. So I'd say in addition to that, Paradise comes and pulls up beside you. And you see as they're pulling up this other large gun that seems to be attached to something in the Humvee. And as they pull the trigger, this giant bout of flame erupts from it. So let's go ahead and choose our actions for this challenge. They try and flamethrower you. Flamethrower you. Fire.
The flame.
It's like a flamethrower gun just coming out of somewhere and not being directed by anything in particular.
No, one of the passengers in Paradise is wielding it. Just what it's connected to is somewhere inside the Humvee.
Oh, okay.
Did anyone pick 1, 2, 3, 4?
Or
Oh, 2 4s. Okay. All right. What items are you going to use?
Grappling hook.
Okay. To do what?
I'm gonna pass the wheel off real quick.
Okay.
I'm gonna lean out the side of the car and take the grappling hook and try to hook the person on the flamethrower so that the flame, since they're directing it, I want to fuck them up so that the flamethrower goes in the completely wrong direction.
Okay. So like are you trying to like pull them out of the side of the car and just so like the flamethrower is like dangling out of the side of the car?
Sure.
Okay. Yeah. Hang on. This is Paradise. So let me mark off. You get this grappling hook around this guy and yank him out of the side of the car, and he just like Wilhelm screams and rolls a few times before getting run over by another car. So they've lost one of their crew members, and now this flamethrower gun is like, I don't know if it would have a continuous trigger. I'm gonna say it does because that's fun. So this flamethrower gun is just hanging out of the side of Paradise with the flame just like coming off of it behind them.
Yes. Claim the wheel back so you can do your object action.
Okay. All right, Gertie Birdie.
well, I was thinking of using the turbo rocket, but can I just change it to help, as in I just took over the wheel and just kept us steady?
Sure. I mean, I'll still let you use the turbo rocket if you want to.
Do we want to use the turbo rocket?
I kind of feel like that might be a later thing, especially since we're going to be going up a mountain. Yeah. There's going to be that need for acceleration.
Yeah.
Well,
especially
maybe if it goes to the end when we need like to pull out stops.
When you need an extra mushroom. Okay. All right. And what did you pick, comma?
5. Let's keep this motor going.
Alrighty. +1 speed. Here we go. That is a success.
Yay!
So you have 4 successes right now. Would you like to use any of them?
Yeah, what should we use? One to screech out ahead in front of everybody?
Sure.
I think streaking ahead, seems like a good idea.
I'd say so, because you can see where the canyon is starting to narrow as you're getting closer to the cave. So probably a good
Also,
idea to get in front.
Thursday just murdered somebody, so maybe we don't want to get caught.
Fail.
First time.
Fine.
I mean, considering the race you signed up for, like...
I mean, okay, yeah.
It's Fun Death Road. I mean...
Yeah, Fun Death Road. Okay. So... Yeah, we have... Thankfully, there's no more oil slick, considering we've just got a random, like, flamethrower going off, swinging around.
Yeah.
Several of, like, some of the other cars that we're trying to approach to get ahead are now kind of, like, pulling back. Like, we can't get around, this. We're kind of stuck here. What do we do?
Perfect.
Yeah. Boom Chicken Boom probably tries to like rear end them, but that really does nothing except like swing the flamethrower around a little bit, and then we have to back off to avoid like getting set on fire.
They're now covered in oil.
Just a little bit, yeah. No, honestly, they did drive through the oils. Like some of their tires are probably on fire at this point.
It's a look.
Terrible.
It is a look. It fits the scenario for sure. Let's have one more roll on the table of things.
Okay.
Who would like to do it?
I can go if we're just going in order.
Sure.
Yeah.
20.
Ooh.
Oh no.
Oh God.
I'm worried.
I made the 20s a special.
I figured.
Oh yes. So happy. Okay. So let's see, who would most likely have this? Let's be real, it's Paradise. So, Mama, you're in the back of the truck.
Oh God.
I'd say you see someone in the Paradise Humvee definitely like pulling out a grenade and manages to pull the pin out, and as they're like drawing it back to throw it, ends up like dropping it, and it falls into the car. So then you're seeing kind of like this mad scramble to get the grenade, and then you hear a big boom, and Paradise, like the back of Paradise lifts up and it starts flying forward through the air. I'm gonna need you all to determine your actions, please, as this flaming, exploding Humvees with a random flamethrower going wild on the side is hurtling towards you.
Fuck. Okay.
Anyone choose 1, 2, or 3?
Yeah. 3. Turn right.
Okay. Yeah, you can squeeze to the right a little bit, like right up against the canyon wall. Okay. 4, 5.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gun it.
Yep.
Do I want to play like an epic / mournful riff? I was like,
Yes. I feel like, especially with this kind of imagery, we need something a little more intense.
Yeah.
There we go. All right. Okay. You get 1 success to add to the bank, but you also you're going to be taking 1 damage to your car.
Oh God.
And I'd say it's probably as you're squeezing over to the side of the canyon wall, and just flaming paradise clips like the back edge of the truck and pulls it down like a bit hard on the wheel axle before you're able to squeeze out from underneath it and keep going. Would you like to use any of your successes at the moment? You have 4.
I'd like to use a success to get the hell away from this.
Yeah.
Sure. You can
Or, like,
streak ahead of everyone else. Or if you want to.
If there's any sort of like bends or turns in the canyon coming up, sort of maneuvering to try and get Paradise to like whack into the wall or something. I don't know if that's that might be a stretch.
You can find or create a better route through the streets of Fundef.
You
With a success, can
you
you?
have a grappling hook.
That's true.
So I will say, because Paradise is pretty fucked up right now. So if you want to, I will say you could probably get your hook into like one of the ends of Paradise and like flip it, like spin it around, like it's on, like maybe it's upside down on the hood of the car, and like you can get it turned to try and lodge it so it slows down everyone else.
Sure.
Okay.
If it's at like the 90-degree angle, then it's going to block as much of the road as possible.
Yep.
And then Paradise lost.
I was waiting for that. Yeah.
That musician is climbing the stairway to heaven.
That's okay. We're on the highway to hell.
Yes. Oh, I love this. But you try and get Paradise blocking as much as the road as possible. Retract your grappling hook. Streaking ahead is some of the initial cars behind it slow down, but another one just doesn't give a fuck and like rams. We'll say it's absolutely, actually, yeah, no, it's absolutely Desert Grows. Like, you could have sworn that they got caught in the avalanche, and they are looking pretty beat up, but this little like whirring monster truck just rams into one side of Paradise and shoves it to the side and gets through and is trying to gain on you as you're quickly approaching the entrance to the cave. But before they can, what?
You said it just had like 2 little wheels.
Yeah.
Oh, it's got 2 tiny, like the wheels are just too small for it. it's got all 4 wheels.
Oh, okay. I thought
But
you meant
they're
they
the
were, like,
wrong
only 2.
size for the monster truck.
Okay.
So it's like
It's like a
weird,
lowrider monster truck.
yeah, some weird like amalgamation of like a clown car. But they are quickly trying to catch up as the canyon walls begin narrowing and closing overhead as you streak into the entrance to the cave. I think that's a good point where we can take a quick break.
Okay.
So 10 minutes and then we'll get back to
Sure.
this chaos.
Yep.
I was told it was urgent. Come see me tonight. In the circle we're flirting and we dance for hours. She knew that she had me, but I didn't realize I'm sleeping with a vampire. Got lost in the city when we drove through the night. Stopped by in an alley and she kissed me wild. She knew that she had me, but I didn't see it now. I'm sleeping with a vampire. When morning is come, she's always gone. she leaves at sunrise. At sunrise, just when morning has come, she's always gone. Oh, I'm sleeping with a vampire. She knew I was waiting through months in pain. The one day she texted me at 12 a.m. I knew that she had me, and I started to see that I've been hooked up by a vampire. She said, I'm sorry, I left you behind. And I know it sounds funny that it was enough. Checked in at a hotel, and I already knew this time I'm sleeping with a vampire. When the morning has come, she's always gone. She will call me when she's run out of young blood. Of young blood, she hates to see me fall. That's why she leaves at sunrise. At sunrise, just when morning has come, she's always gone. But she will call me when she's out of blood. When morning has come, she's always gone. Call me when she's out of blood. Sleeping with a vampire, sleeping with a vampire. She will call me when she's run out of young blood. Of young blood, she hates to see me fall. That's why she leaves at sunrise. At sunrise, just when morning has come, she's always gone. Oh, I'm sleeping with a vampire.
You are all going to the local community college. Can I call you Vladdy? No, you cannot.
No.
Absolutely not. Close up on the shoes with like the dramatic steps, and then we zoom out and up and get the full look, and then there are people as like he's going in the other direction, and the people behind him just turn and are like,
Sounds like somebody had a breakup over the weekend and psycho ex-boyfriend is on the loose.
both of at that, like these two girls lean in and they're just like, oh my gosh, you think someone was dating a professor? It says, I will take back what is mine. And next to it is a drawing of a skull and crossbones. There was some maybe sort of robbery at the Real Pirates Salem Museum.
I also don't know. I don't know how to play this game.
Me neither.
Breaking and entering selfie.
One with both of them squatting next to the unconscious security guard. You can totally look this guy up.
I've connected the two dots.
I mean, when in doubt, just grab a candlestick and bash somebody over the head.
And you see a large crack in the window has formed.
Oh
That
fuck
wasn't
this.
there before.
Oh fuck this.
As
Jesse
you watch,
runs.
it continues to spread. Vico, something grabs your ankle.
In like a friendly way or like a bad way?
It feels like a hand.
Should
There's
we
a
get
dead
some?
body in there. Yeah, a crime's been committed.
Yeah, you should probably come with us, dude.
I mean, if you're not gonna kill, if you're not gonna kill me, sure.
No, yeah, we're gum in peace. Not gonna. Yeah, it's not. Yeah.
I don't like that she's saying that.
I don't know what else to
Look,
say.
man, she's a psychic, like on the psychic hotline.
That's true. I am.
You're making
That's
the
how
most
she
convincing
talks,
case.
man.
quite gifted in the psychic
It's
art.
just how she talks.
Yes.
What am I thinking about right
She's
now?
not.
You're psychic. You can read my mind, right? What am I thinking about?
You're thinking we're gonna murder you and then stuff you into the dumpster in the back of your convenience store.
Is it apples, the number 4, and the scent after it rains? Is that what you're thinking about?
No, and I don't like how specific Jesse was in talking about the dumpster. It's bigger than a fanny pack, but a similar design. And he like slings it over his shoulder and scoops up Jefferson and tucks him into this pouch. So he's got pouch cat.
Nice.
Yes.
Okay, cat secured.
All right. What else do we got that's useful? back here?
Jefferson unlock.
I was told it was urgent. Come see me tonight. In the circle we're flirting and we dance for hours. She knew that she had me, but I didn't realize I'm sleeping with a vampire. Got lost in the city when we drove through the night. Stopped by in an alley and she kissed me wild. She knew that she had me, but I didn't see it now. I'm sleeping with a vampire. When morning is come, she's always gone. She will call me when she's run out of young blood. Of young blood, she hates to see me falling. That's why she leaves at sunrise. At sunrise, just when morning has come, she's always gone. I'm sleeping with a vampire. She knew I was waiting through months in pain. The one day she texted me at 12 a.m. I knew that she had me, and I started to see that I've been hooked up by a vampire. She said I'm sorry, I left you behind. And I know it sounds funny that it was enough. Checked in at a hotel, and I already knew this time I'm sleeping with a vampire. When morning has come, she's always gone. She will
Alrighty. Jumping back into things, you have just streaked into the entrance to this cave. And it's very much a case of immediately needing to flip on the headlights because it is dark as shit in here. And there's the path is very narrow and rocky, and there's lots of stalactites and stalagmites hanging around to watch out for.
Oh god.
Or raccoons, can't we see in the dark?
Sure, I don't know.
Because, I mean, that would give us
They
an
are
advantage
nocturnal.
that they wouldn't know where we are if we didn't have the lights on. I don't know if we want to do that, though, because it definitely would be a bit more dangerous.
I don't know if it would matter all that much, honestly. It's already dangerous. I forgot you were raccoons.
I mean, sometimes you just wake up and you're like, oh yeah, I'm a raccoon.
Yeah, that does happen. Just get out of bed and choose raccoon for the day. But as you are headed into this cave, a desert grows is pretty close behind. Well, not pretty close, but gaining on you after just slamming through the upside down paradise. And as their headlights are quite bright. It's a monster truck. They have like the ridiculous, like all of the
Lovely
headlights.
lights.
Yeah.
Were they the ones that had the floodlights, or was that a different vehicle?
That was
So I remember one of them.
no, it is them. Yeah, Desert Gross has the big floodlights on top. Too many silly cars. But pretty shortly after getting into the cave, you hear what sounds like a machine gun going off behind you, and several lots of impact on the stalactites above you as bits of rock begin to fall, and several of these I don't
Death
know what else,
icicles.
Pointy boys begin falling around you. So how would you like to deal with the situation?
Okay.
Kind of want to move the cardboard again. I know it's not gonna hold well.
Okay.
If anything, it'd at least like slow it down.
Sure.
Or we could all just get into like the actual cab of the truck, which is.
If you want to move the cardboard again, you can roll for alacrity.
I'll do it. 654.
Yeah.
Okay. You get that cardboard up there, and it definitely does a decent job with the smaller stuff, but once those bigger chunks of rock and mineral begin to fall, it's you yourselves don't get injured, but the cardboard is pretty beat up at this point. It did its job well.
It has served us well.
Yeah. But the gunfire stops relatively quickly, and then you feel a jolt against the back of your truck as they attempt to ram it. So let's go ahead and settle on your actions. Did anyone choose 1, 2, or 3? Nope. Okay. 4? Nope. 5? Okay. +2 speed. And Gertie, did you choose 6?
I did.
Okay. What is your action?
Nuts and bolts. Caltrops.
Okay.
Take a bite of these nuts.
Gosh.
You could have said it as well.
See,
Perfect line.
I'd say it's probably sort of similar to just a very comedic moment of like this car trying to drive over marbles, where there's like a bit of skidding involved, and then they drift to the side and sideswipe a bunch of stalagmites, and then that like slows them down even more, and it's Not great. And you do have another success. So you currently have 5 successes. Would you like to spend any of those?
Shall we?
What are you thinking?
Just speed away again.
What if we find a better route through?
Oh
the
yes,
cave?
maybe
Ooh,
there's
I
like a
like
little
that one.
off cave. Yeah.
Okay. What is this route look like?
Another cave.
Cave section.
I kind of want to feel like there's just a little side cave that we just barely notice, but it's going
It's like
to be
a Crash Bandicoot, like shortcut.
Crash Bandicoot.
Okay. Yeah, you can notice this at the very last second and cut your wheel to the side and head through the side cave, which is definitely a bit more treacherous than the main one. It's a lot because you nearly lost it. It is definitely a lot more narrower. Honestly, probably wouldn't accommodate the size of like the monster truck or the Humvee, just because of it's a very tight squeeze. But you get through there and kind of like come streaking out this other side and pick up the main road. Maybe like have a little bit of skid as you course correct and your back wheels slide to the side, and you bang into some stalagmites, but it's really just superficial damage. Doesn't do anything. And currently are on your own on the race course. So how about we have Gertie roll for our random table of things.
All right. I got an 8. 8.
Hey.
Oh, Jesus.
It's not bad. Again, these are largely for my own amusement.
Oh no, I know.
So you come around the corner of this cave, and honestly have no idea where this ever would have come from, but just stretching out in front of you, blocking the road, is just a lot of pineapples. Just all pineapples.
Okay.
I fucking love pineapples.
Are you gonna hop out and just start eating pineapples?
Yep. I don't care about the acidic burns to my mouth.
Love the food that eats you back.
Okay.
I'm gonna grab one end of the grappling hook and we'll like pull you along if you want to grab some pineapples.
Okay. Let's. Because why not? I feel like we have to use this skill at some point. Gertie, roll for rotundity.
A 4 for that one. Okay. Oh, 5, 1. That fell somewhere. I don't know where it went. 6 and 2.
Okay. So you are not getting really beat up at all. You're just kind of like bobbing, like bouncing along atop all these pineapples and like, I don't know, laying on your back, grabbing a pineapple, like chewing, working through it, and then grabbing the next one.
Just surfing it.
surfing a sea of pineapples.
Take some of the leaves and stick them in my fur and like a headpiece.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Oh my god, that's amazing. I will. So. Yeah, there's probably a lot of pineapple chunks just from driving through them that are getting like tossed around a bit. The sides of the truck are getting covered. You probably have to turn on the windshield wipers to clear out some of that's just getting messed around, but you get through the sea of pineapples, and I say it's probably a bit of a rude awakening for Gertie when the last pineapple just falls away and raccoon butt on rock.
Yes.
I'll
Scramble
help you
up
back
to bed.
into the truck.
Yep.
Thanks.
It's probably a little bit of fur got rubbed away there and the bit of time it took to get back in the truck, but it's nothing like it'll grow back. It's not bad, you know. The pineapples were worth it.
Cover it with
Pineapple's always worth it.
Yep. Oh boy. Yeah, so you got a pretty significant lead on everyone else, basically. You definitely at this point are hearing a lot of echoes behind you. Absolutely, some explosions are happening. Probably the vibrations probably are knocking a few of the stalactites down where you are as well, but it's not like, you know, it's worse back there. It's probably much worse back there. But let's go ahead. Comma, if you would also like to roll for the table of things.
It's a 17.
I appreciate how amused you are by every single one of these.
Yeah.
This is just so dangerous.
So much random stuff. And you're just getting all like so many of just the pure ridiculous ones. Oh my god. Okay, so you're racing through this cave, making really decent time and have secured an excellent position for yourself. And you come around this corner, blocking your path from like floor to ceiling is this giant Jenga tower.
What?
A giant Jenga tower.
Okay.
Sure.
So let's go ahead and choose your actions.
Is blocking the full path?
Pretty much, yeah. It's a narrow I mean, there might be like, if you were on foot you could probably squeeze past it, but there's definitely, unless you're gonna be mowing down some stalagmites, there's not a really great space to maneuver the trek around it. Did anyone choose one? Oh, okay.
Then we're
Minus-
not going as fast when we hit it, aka less damage, and then we might have a bit more control of like where the Jenga pieces end up, aka we can use it to make an even more obstructive pile behind us.
Okay.
Smart.
Did anyone pick 2 or 3? 4. Okay.
Wait, hold on. What's going on?
4 is use an item.
Yeah, grappling hook shenanigans.
All right.
Tell me whether or not this is a stretch. I wanted to try to like use the hook to maybe like shift one of the blocks out of place enough to like make it slightly easier to go through. I don't know if that would.
Sure. Sure. Why not?
We're raccoons driving a truck.
I mean, it's literally a giant Jenga tower, so why wouldn't you be able to do that?
Sure.
Okay, yeah. You can do that. And what did you pick, Gertie?
Accelerate.
Well, the accelerate and the brake cancel each other out. So
Oops.
well, actually you braked first, so you slowed down, and then you accelerated, so you're just going the same speed you were before.
It's like
yeah.
fighting at the pedals. I'm
Yep.
like trying to slam brake, you're slamming the gas.
I don't have any dice to roll because your speed is technically 0 at this point. But okay, with accelerating, is your goal just to ram through this Jenga tower?
Yeah. It was to try and specifically, so in a Jenga tower where like you get like the 2 right at the bottom, just ram through the one on the left as quickly as possible and come out unscathed.
Okay. I don't know if you technically come out unscathed. You probably, yeah, okay. You loosen the blocks of it and then get over this side and try and ram through this Jenga tower. It does collapse, but I'd say you're probably buried under big Jenga pieces now.
Oh, okay.
So,
we have a few successes that we could use.
you do.
Should we use one?
Yeah, probably.
I did a bad.
If you don't, we would go through another round and choose actions again. So, but you do have 4 successes currently.
Yeah, I think we can definitely use one here. And especially if we could use it to like create more obstruction for the people behind us.
Okay. So what are you trying to do? You can spend a success, but more specifically, what are you trying to do?
As the blocks are falling on us, I want to like karate kick them like away so that they, I don't know, go behind us instead. So I'm like, whoa.
Okay. I guess we can put that under do cool tricks. So you can get some of the blocks knocked behind you, so the avalanche on top of you isn't as bad.
Yay.
But there's still quite a bit of this this Jenga tower in your way, and you can definitely hear the sounds of revving engines behind you. This slowed you down enough where people are starting to catch up. So let's go ahead and choose your actions again.
Okay.
Did anyone pick 1, 2, or 3? Okay. 4? 5?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. +2 speed. What did Kama pick? Or what action, I guess?
Yeah. So any of the Jenga blocks that have landed on or in the truck, I want to just sort of shift them all to the end of the truck bed.
Okay.
But leave them so that they're there, and if anyone gets close enough, we can just shove them off into whatever vehicles behind us.
Okay. Sure. Yeah, you can get those organized. And I will. Ooh, okay, you do get 1 more success. But you also take another point of damage. So I'll say that maybe some of these Jenga blocks that you're maneuvering over kind of got kicked up into the undercarriage and damaged a little bit of stuff. So currently sitting at 4 damage for your car, which is doing pretty well actually. But as you get forward and get moving, you see the big floodlights of Desert Grows as they come around the corner and are fighting to catch up with you. But you, let's see. Get moving again over these Jenga blocks and start hearing more of that gunfire from Desert Grows. So let's go ahead and choose your actions. Did anyone pick 1, 2, or 3? Nope. Okay. 4?
Yeah.
What are you gonna use?
I think it's time to use the turbo rocket.
Okay. So
We're going turbo.
plus 3 speed. Alrighty. The set up this. What does this kind of look like? Is it attached to the car? Is it something that you?
It's gonna be very
Your...
cartoon-esque. Big red stripe rocket, big point, huge fuse, match, attach it to us with the ropes.
Love it. Okay, amazing. Did anyone pick 5?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, plus 4 speed. And what action is Common doing?
Is now maneuvering the Jenga blocks into a barricade.
Yes.
Or vertically have some sort of wall.
Okay, Jenga barricade. Nice. Yeah, some of those definitely get, like the ones on the top at least that are more loose as this gunfire happens. A couple of those get like pushed off and like, flung off. Yeah. So let's see. You have plus 4 speed. Okay. 2 successes. So you now have 6 successes. No damage to your car. Would you like to use any successes?
You're good.
I think we could use 1 to pull ahead, though.
Okay. All right.
Just especially since we used the rocket, that's going to give us that extra distance.
All right.
Okay. Yeah. So with that rocket, it's again cartoon-esque where you all are kind of like flung backwards and pressed against either like the seat or the Jenga wall where that's been constructed, and just kind of like flattened there as the momentum forces you backwards, and probably even the front wheels lift off a little bit as this rocket raises you from the ground, but you do very quickly streak through the cave, probably hitting some of the stalagmites and the stalactites, but at this point it's just like gets ripped off and is flung behind you, so it doesn't really do any damage to your truck. And you see the light of the cave entrance very, very quickly growing bigger as you manage to fly out from the entrance, but with that the increase of height, because the wheels kind of came off the ground from the rocket, the top of the rocket does hit the edge of the cave entrance, so it's ripped backwards and kind of tumbles off to the side, and you slow down, but you're now outside of this cave and see this giant, very dark and rocky and treacherous mountain looming ahead of you. But keep moving forward, get a bit of distance, and behind you, you do see as Desert Grows emerges from the cave, and much closer behind them is Hotbod and Boom Chicken Boom. Both still seem to be in the race, albeit looking kind of beat up at this point. There's a lot's been going on back there. Okay. So a lot the other drivers are really hitting the gas and trying to close the distance to try and get in front, because this from what you can see, this pathway up the mountainside is very narrow. But considering the lead you got, they do not manage to close that distance completely, and you do hit that incline right away. But Desert Grows follows you up the narrow path, and it's actually a little bit of surprise because coming up behind them, instead of aiming for the path, Hotbod appears to just be driving like straight towards the mountain. And you watch as these two ends release from the front of the car and lodge in the rock. And the front wheels lift off as Hotbot is now using these grappling hooks to drive up the side of this mountain.
No!
Oh my goodness.
You slimy bastard.
Okay.
You just hear this awful, like, hissing, cackling cat laughter, which is terrible.
What noise raccoons make, but I make a raccoon noise back at him.
Yes.
Do what you gotta do. So, I'd say, yeah, Desert Grows is bearing down on you. Hotbod is literally scaling the mountain. Let's see how you manage to maneuver this a little bit. Go ahead and pick your actions. Did anyone pick 1, 2, or 3?
No.
Okay. 4. What item?
Grappling hook.
Yeah.
Grappling hook versus grappling hook warfare. I want to try to grappling hook one of the grappling hooks from Hotbot off of its where it's like gripped to fuck them up.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So just like pulling it from its secure point, basically.
Just
okay.
Hook it. We're still driving.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You can do that, and you pull it loose, and some extra like chunks of rock like fall back down, and it's just very comedic as this race car just begins like swinging like a pendulum back and forth and kind of like bouncing against the side of the mountain as they try and remedy the situation, but they are temporarily slowed down.
I will scream out the window. Let's see if a cat can land on all fours.
Okay. Did anyone choose 5?
Oh, 5 is accelerate, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. +2 speed as you take these very tight and dangerous turns.
Oh shit.
You do get 1 success though.
Yay.
And no damage to the car.
Oh, thank God.
That being said, Kama, would you like to roll on the table of things?
That's a 1.
Oh. This is going to be fun. Oh no.
Here.
He's not laughing.
It's a slightly less amusing one. but still ridiculous. So I will say that you hear, like, off to the side, you start hearing this weird, like, guitar riff, like, drifting up, and you look over, and like, kind of struggling along the mountain, like, the ground near the base of the mountains to get over to the path. You see a very, very beat up Paradise.
Yep.
And they crank up some sort of, like, launch mechanism and release it, and it arcs up towards the top portion of the mountain and then goes off. And there's, like, a little bit of a rumbling, and definitely some, like, rocks, and a minor avalanche begins to start. But strangely enough, mixed in with all of that are thousands of bouncy balls.
No. Okay.
Yes.
So not only is it like you have the regular rocks that are kind of like bouncing off, but just in wild directions, all of these bouncy balls are like flinging off the side of this mountain and pelting cars, and making the road a bit slick and slippery. So go ahead and choose your actions. Did anyone pick 1, 2, or 3?
Yes. 2. Turn left.
1. Okay, so we have a break.
A little slower, a little safer.
We have a turn left. Okay, so you hit the brakes. Slow down as several balls and rocks cover your path, and turn left to kind of maneuver around them. And there's not a whole lot of space, so it's not even like a very grand turn left. It's like you get over a couple inches, and then your wheels, like your 2 left wheels, are like right on the edge of this mountain path, so you're right there. What did Thursday pick?
Sorry. Or because I'm determined to overuse this grappling hook.
By all means.
I was gonna kind of keep it ready, so if we start to go over the edge, I can try to hook the side of the mountain and swing us back. With my massive raccoon strength, apparently.
Okay. Yeah. You can be Wonder Woman raccoon. See, the Steve Racer gets over to the very edge of this mountain path, and then you just swing up your grappling hook and lodge it in the side. And there's probably a point where the truck starts to tip over when you get a little too close, trying to avoid the rocks and the balls. Okay.
Trying to avoid balls is an important part of any race.
The 2 wheels go over the edge, and with your grip on the grappling hook rope, just keep it from tumbling. So there's like, oh god, some tire screech as it swings around that just on the very edge of this path before you're able to ride it and get it back up and safely back on the road again. As you continue this climb up to the top of the mountain, it does seem that Hotbot has gotten that second grappling hook back in order and is working on climbing back up the side of the mountain. Although they have been slowed down greatly and are now also very comedically have a bunch of bouncy balls that are like bouncing off the hood and hitting them on the head and going everywhere.
That's why you have a roof to your car.
But the extra seats!
Put
They're
them on
so
top of the roof and then
important.
they're fine.
Just give them hard hats.
Or umbrellas.
Nor that, yeah. Oh god, that's an image. They're holding umbrellas and then you have all the balls bouncing off the umbrellas. Yeah, so Desert Grows is trying to catch up, but it's also a bit like subdued by the avalanche, and Boom Chicken Boom was able to regain a little bit of distance, so coming up sort of in third. It's kind of hard to tell because you have one car that's literally scaling the side of a mountain. But it's trying to get back into this race, although no one is looking quite as bad as Paradise. So you are quickly hurtling towards the summit of this mountain. Do not currently know what the other side of this looks like. So go ahead and pick your actions. Did anyone choose 1, 2, or 3?
3 to get us back onto the correct kind of course.
Okay. 4. Okay.
So I am going to use my banana and eat the banana, and then when we hit the absolute like top of it, I will leave the peel behind us.
Very Mario.
I was gonna say, let's Mario Kart this shit.
Yes.
Dun, dun, dun,
Amazing. Okay. 5.
Your speed's been steadily going down. I want more success dice.
Need 4 speed. Yep. You get. Okay, that is a success. So you currently have 7 success dice. 7 successes. Would you like to spend any of them?
We should.
This time.
If we
We
did
have so
like a
many.
jump off of the peak, because it's success is a cool trick as well. So
Do
Tiny
cool
jump.
tricks like jumps and slides. That falls into the jump category.
Yeet the car.
witness me.
Yes.
So, are you wanting to just like jump and get a bit of distance down the path, or are you wanting to like hardcore just like yeet off the side of this mountain to try and get down to the bottom?
I was thinking path, but if anyone wants to go straight off the mountain, I will go too.
I was thinking path, but
I was thinking also path.
I know I
The
can't.
chaotic side of me wants to just wee. So bad. Oh, no.
To be fair, if you you do yeet off the side of a mountain, it will probably break your car.
yeah.
You have a mechanic on board, it's fine.
Yeah.
I know I can't technically kill your characters, but I can break your car. I can fuck your shit up. Okay. So you get some extra distance down the path, leaving. This great scene is like you launch over the edge of Kama, just finishing this banana and leaning back over and just like dropping the banana peel right past the peak and leaving it behind. But you come down hard on the path, back wheels kind of spinning a little bit. Very minor fishtail, but not enough to make it dangerous. any more dangerous than it has been. And you get yourselves straightened out and continue down this path before kind of looking back to see who is following. Desert Grows comes over the top of the hill, the top of the mountain, and with just the weight difference with the body of this monster truck and the teeny tiny wheels it has, it also gets some air and like misses the banana peel and launches itself over, but manages to stay on the path. You see a bit later as Hotbod comes over the very doesn't even like use the grapple hooks to get onto the path at the top and go down. It goes deliberately over the point of this mountain. So it's like for a second it's kind of like teetering there before they use the grappling hooks to pull themselves over the other side and begin a very quick and dangerous descent down the other side of this mountain. And finally, coming up the rear is Boom Chicken Boom, which is on the path, gets over the top, and it is a sight to behold as this paint splattered white truck with spray painted chickens and bombs on the side hits this banana peel,
Yes.
spins out, and goes over the side of the mountain and tumbles and rolls into the abyss.
Yeah. Okay.
I think it is Thursday's turn to roll on the table of things.
All right.
15.
15?
Mhm.
Okay. Alrighty. Second, number 15. So as you are hurtling down the side of this mountain, you hear another sort of strange rumbling behind you. Glance back, and this time it's a bunch of tennis balls that are bouncing down the side of the mountain.
I'm enjoying the ball theme. Lots of balls. Balls everywhere.
Love them balls.
Lots of balls. So go ahead and take your actions to see how well you can maneuver this sea of balls.
Are we on a
Yeah.
path right now, or like on a what's the incline that we're on? If we're still on one.
You are. It is very steep. You are on the downward side of a mountain, so it's uncomfortably fast, probably.
Fair enough.
Did anyone pick 1, 2, or 3? Which ones?
1.
Okay. 2 ones. All right. What did Gertie pick?
Gertie picked to accelerate. As soon as you said it was dangerously fast, I was like, it could be faster.
I love it.
Alrighty. So we are currently at a -1 speed. So yeah, it's I feel like two of you like crowd together and hit the brakes, and then Gertie comes in and hits the gas, so it's just this, it's not good for the car, but it's happening, and you do manage to slow down a bit as you're faced with this incline, and then all of these tennis balls bounce down over the truck and get under you, and it really honestly probably keeps you from spinning out too much and maybe going over the side of the edge. Hotbot is also having like pretty good luck because now they've turned the grappling hooks around, like turned them back, so they're using them to slow their descent as they head down this mountain. Desert Grows is kind of weaving back and forth a little bit, is not in as great of a control, and I'd say probably as a result they end up like getting up on the side of the mountain and get around you, but not, they don't get insanely far ahead, just get out a little bit in front of you as you are coming down the final stretch of this mountain pass. And the roadway, as you hit the bottom, is not entirely even, so it's a bit of like an extra hard bounce. But you do have a butt ton of successes. So would you like to use any of those? You have 7. And we're headed into the final stretch.
Yes.
I think we can use one to pull ahead.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because like they haven't made contact with us, because if they did, then we could ram them off, but
all right, you get down to the bottom of this hill and then swerve to the right and get out around Desert Grows as they try and regain a little bit of that speed that they lost on the landing and pull ahead of them a little bit. So you're back in sort of a similar landscape that you had at the start of the race, big open desert area. You see that run downtown coming into view in the distance. It's one last stretch before you get to that finish line. And as you are quickly making your way over the sand, you notice that several strange things have happened to the pathway, essentially. You're definitely spotting some like caltrops on one side. You're seeing some razor wire. You're seeing an oil slick that's really not doing its job all that well because it's dirt. But there's quite a few obstacles in your way, and you see that there's even some people moving about out here and some other cars that are not registered for the race.
Oh.
So, which
Demolition Derby.
I mean, you've probably heard some things about Thundeath Road and know that there's nothing really against sabotage at the end. So let's go ahead and choose your actions to see how well you can go about navigating this area. Did anyone pick 1, 2, or 3? Okay. 4?
Use an item?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I want to pull my dog mask on again, and with some ridiculous feat of magic and speed, try and like run up to the people on the road and scare them off by being a ferocious dog.
Okay. Are you getting out of the truck, or are you just going to be hanging out the side of the truck?
I feel like getting out of the truck's dangerous. So, just hanging out the side, but like, okay. I look rabid. I'm like frothing at the mouth. And
yeah, you do. Okay. Yeah, you can scare off a few people, like a few of them that were like setting up some of the razor wire get a little freaked out and just drop what they're doing and head off in the other direction. Did anyone pick accelerate? All right.
Do
Oh,
accelerate.
Okay, +2 speed. Cool. So just betting on speeding past all of these traps. To get to the
Running
finish
to
line.
zero.
You do get another success.
Yeah.
So you're back to 7 successes. Would you like to spend any of those?
I'd say yeah.
Yeah. Might as well keep pulling ahead.
Yeah.
So spend 1 to pull ahead. I don't know.
What else can we spend successes on? Hold on.
Do some cool tricks.
Yeah.
Or finding a better route.
That could work considering all the
Ooh,
traps.
yeah. If we could
Yeah.
find a non-trapped route.
Yeah.
Or a way through the traps. Around them.
Can we spend 2 at once? 1 to pull
I
ahead. and
don't
1 to
see
find
why not.
a
Sure.
route.
Nice.
Yeah.
So you're finding a better route and doing a cool trick, is that right?
I think
Yeah.
we're pulling ahead,
pulling ahead.
and then finding a route that's not trapped.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, you can certainly get a bit more distance between you and Desert Grows and Hotbod behind you, and are able to, thanks to scaring off some of the people who were setting up the traps, that did open an initial pathway that you were able to get through, and you could see a bit better about navigating the rest of these traps. And as you're rushing like past the last one, you see that there's just literally like a half buried landmine there. It's an entire landmine.
Okay.
But unfortunately, the other two are not quite so lucky to have such an easy path. And this is where Desert Grows really made their mistake, because they needed those big wheels so that the underside of their car didn't hit that landmine and send them careening up into the air before they came back down and essentially got kind of crushed.
Thursday flips them off.
Yes. But Hotbot is still managing to get through some of those traps. They honestly even take out some of the people setting them up with the guns they have, just like mowing them down. But you do still have a bit of distance on them.
Good.
That town is growing ever closer. So let's do one last roll on our table of things.
Okay. Is it me?
Yeah.
Okay. We got a 14. Yeah. Yes.
Yes.
Oh no.
Yes. Oh my god. Okay. Amazing. Amazing. So you are streaking ahead past all of these traps, and off in the distance you see this, like, it's basically a trebuchet. Let's be real. It is.
Yeah.
It is a trebuchet, and it goes off and flings something in your direction, and it's hard to make out what it is at first, but as it gets closer, you can tell it's literally a full-sized grand piano that is hurtling through the air.
Yes.
So please choose your actions.
Trajectory wise, is it like with our current speed, are we going to intersect?
Yes. Changing course would probably be a good idea. It's coming off from your right. It was fired from your right, so would land and probably keep going towards the left. So Did anyone pick 1, 2, or 3? Okay.
Turn right.
Okay. Same. All right.
Yep.
2 turn rights. Yep. And what did Birdie pick? Or Gertie Birdie?
Gertie Birdie. I know it's beyond the realms of physics, but number 6, action, miscellaneous actions.
I mean, I'm literally firing a giant grand piano at you.
I'd like jump off of the bed of the truck with my supersonic legs and jump up towards the piano and play like Furry release on it or something, and then whoosh, tail whip it away and use the momentum from that to jump back into the bed.
You do that. It sounds great. And when you tail whip it away, you change its course again, and it slams down on top of Hotbod.
Yes.
Just sad piano noises as it crushes this race car and your rival, Buddy the Cat. And
8 more lives.
I mean, you don't know how many he's spent up until this point, so could be running short on lives there. But now, as you hear the sad sound of this piano being crushed into the ground, making the worst sort of like clanging, you streak ahead and enter the edges of this rundown city, flying past spectators as you cross the finish line and hit the brakes, come to a halt, and Stephen Carbear up on his platform turns on the megaphone again. We still get that awful screech, the feedback, and he says, well, now wasn't that an absolutely great show at Thun Death Road this year? We have new reigning champs in the form of Steve Racer. They completed excellent feats, took care of all the obstacles and opponents standing in their way, and will receive the most coveted prize in all of Furry road racing. The year-long stay in a furnished and secure house. And maybe next year when Thun Death Road comes back around, they'll take to the dirt again and maintain a hold on their title. But until then, this is Stephen Carbear signing off. Thank you and good night. And that is where our
I've got one
crazy-
last thing.
Oh yeah.
Since I didn't get to use it at the end, I want to take a swig of the cough syrup, the good stuff.
That
Know
is
how to party.
that is everyone else is like they're trying to pass out the little like jugs of milk, and you're just like no, I got my own stuff. And you pull up, it's basically like a flask. You pull out the cough syrup and it's
Yes.
great. But you get to claim your prize and have a lovely comfortable house to live in for the next year until the next race comes around. Maybe at some point Zoro actually shows up after the fact and is like, hey, how's it going? And you're like, why do you get to reap the rewards of our hard work? Come on.
Maybe like the truck was originally Zoro's, so it's
Yeah.
like
Okay, there we go.
sponsorship type
Zara,
thing.
like,
I like it. Okay.
I call it the garbage can.
Yeah, they can get you the fanciest garbage can that you could imagine if you would like it. Just
Monster Palace.
high quality garbage can. If the really soft beds aren't your style.
Yeah.
There's probably like a pool too. And so you just have these raccoons like chilling in a pool float
Yes.
with just desert surrounding you.
Just full apocalypse, and we're just floating.
Yep. Have a little like a little margarita glass in one hand.
It's the good life.
For 1 year, let's do this.
And what a pleasant year it is. So wrapping up this adventure. Thank you for indulging my chaos.
Thank you for allowing us to be chaotic.
Yeah.
Oh man.
It's a good time.
Yeah.
So many things on the table of things weren't used.
Oh, go on.
Such tables. We need to do year 2.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah.
Were there
Plenty-
any that you really wanted to use that you didn't get to use?
Ooh.
That you actually want to say, or do you want to keep?
I mean, the full grand piano was just excellent.
Beautiful.
I did have a mega Furby on there.
Oh man.
Oh, God.
Did it spit like sparks and stuff?
To be determined.
We'll
Excellent.
find out next year on Furry Road.
There's a pot full of soup. I don't know
Soup?
what soup or where it came from, but a pot full of soup. And
We
Gertie
know
would
where
have eaten
these
that
things
too.
came from.
probably you did eat the pineapples. Yeah, and just some other random stuff. But yes, thank you, Mary Elise and B for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
Is there anywhere that people could find you, like website, social media that you would like to share?
I do not really have a presence. But if people want to, I don't even know. Twitter maybe or Instagram?
In the Discord?
Discord, yeah, Discord. I'm in the Discord. So
I'm in the Discord as well. Also, if you want to find my Twitter, it's Dexy Plushies, DEXIII_plushies. And so it's a lot more than just plushies, but that's where I started. So.
Can't
We
change
love our
the brand
plushies.
now.
Indeed. Gone too deep.
Plushies are important. Oh, all right. We'll be back with more Sad Vampire Boyfriend next week.
yay.
Picking up with that storyline. So thank you everyone for joining us and have a good night.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.